Well, welcome to Nature's Glory Cabin. We're going to call this one Not Really Off-Road Edition. We are actually on the furnace loop doing some of the furnaces, Fitchburg, Cottage furnace, and a couple of bonus furnaces. We started out in stand right under 213. We had actually just had lunch at Bruin's Cafe. So we take out on 213 out of town. This is pretty curvy. Some steep spots. Before you know it, you're out of town. As soon as you get to the other side, we're facing what should be some furnace ruins. I don't know the name of it. If you'll notice, there's a sign for 1057. Eventually we're going to go right, which will be left the way we're going to do it. We're going to go down and turn around, zip back in here and look around. I think that clump of trees off to the left there might be where it's supposed to be, but I'm unsure. And here you can see how we got to where we're at, going down 213 out of town. And we just turned up. We're going to zip around here and go back in here real quick and see if we can see anything, just so you don't have to mess with it. I didn't see anything in here. We went back up to kind of a spot to turn around, and maybe we just didn't know where to look. But somewhere up in these clumps of trees, I believe, is where it is. I didn't have a name for it. There probably is one. So we're coming back out to the main road. We're going to make a left here. But if we came down that hill in front of us off 213, we would have made a right. This is 213, 1057. We're going to go on this for a little while. I'll show you the major spots where we're at right now. We left in a right circle and we're heading around to the restored Fitchburg furnace. So we're heading on around here. You can see we're still on 1057. It's 215, 1057. So just stay on the main road and continue on 213. We're going to come to a place. Now this is a little farther than it looks. It's about 25 miles to the Fitchburg furnace. It's steep, it's curvy. You can drive your everyday car to this. This is where we're going to turn. And this is Highway 52. So we're going to go on Highway 52 for a while. And then we're going to make another left when we get down here. You'll notice the sign here. It has 975, 1182. Make a left here, and you're going to make the next immediate left. It wasn't marked well. I missed it. If you look up here, you can see the deer run across here in a second. There it goes. So we turned around real quick. Actually, we drove a bit, and then we turned around. So we're going to make a right here where we should have made a left. And this is Fitchburg Road. This is a restored furnace, one of the last ones built, one of the largest 25 stonemason in the world, and there are some links down in the description. So there's where it's at. It's got its own little parking area. It's a National Historic Site. Pretty good sized stonemason building. We'll have a few pictures here for you to look at. We took some pictures of the markers. They didn't turn out very well. It'd be better just to go to the links and actually read about it. My wife took some of her still pictures here, some good ones. And there's the, what I call the tidal stone. I don't really know what it is. All of them had one. And again, this is a restored furnace. I don't know the condition it was in before they restored it. But it's got dual burners, so to speak. And I walked up inside it just to get a look. Notice there's no mortar. This is freestanding stone where they stacked it and it just stayed in place. Now we're going to go to Cottage furnace, out the way we came in. May encounter tractors. I did. I cut it out. So now we're going to come out the way we came, and when we get back to the Y on the road, we're going to make a left and go up to Marble Yard Road. Back to 52. We're going to go left here on 52 in the other direction from the Fitchburg furnace. And we're going to come up here to a marker, and we're going to bear left when we get to it, because it's a marker for the Cottage furnace. Remember how we turned here onto 52, so now we're going to turn back right up to 13. Back to where we came still. Now here's a little Y in the road, and there's a sign that points you toward the furnace. I'm going to bear left right here. And we're just going to drive back through here. I made a little bit of a mistake. I should have kept going straight. I was unsure where I was, and I ended up turning left, went a little ways, and turned around and came back. So you don't have to do that. I'm showing you how. So you keep going straight. This one is a fire service road. It's not what I would call user friendly. It's back in the woods. I think at one time they meant for it to be. Here's the sign that points where it's at. And you have to park at the gate and walk in. It's about a mile. It's a shame they didn't make it better, but I think they meant to at one time, because there are markers back in there. The actual cottage furnace is off of the main loop. So you can get away parking here if nobody's around. Technically, I don't think you're supposed to, but they do allow foot traffic. When you get back in there, here's the sign. There's a loop here. I wasn't sure where the cottage furnace was, but there's a trail at the very back of this loop, and there you can see it through the trees. Barely. We're going to try to come back in the fall when the leaves are on the ground and see if we can't get a little better look. You can see it in various pictures just vaguely here. And now we're going to head back out 1057, and 1057 takes us to Clay City back on the Mountain Parkway. And here's a couple of bonus furnaces, the Bourbon Iron Works and the Beaver Dam. The Bourbon Iron Works is in Salt Lick, Owinsville area. And it's a few miles up 36 from the Fitchburg IGA. It's easily findable online, about 14.5 miles. And it was restored back in the early 70s. It's a single burner. And there's some information about it. And you can tell it's less than half the size of the other one. It's older. And again, it's been restored. Quite interesting. Apparently there were lots of these things in Kentucky. Kentucky was number 3 in the country at one time. Now we're going to go to the Beaver Dam furnace. We're back starting at the Fitchburg IGA, and we're going to go down 1274, about 6.7 miles to the Beaver Dam furnace ruins. I mean, here's its marker, tells you about it. And about all I have here is a few blocks left over and stacked up. That block on top is what you call the title stone I mentioned before. It's very hard to read. There is some information on it, but got to catch it in just the light right. We were a little early in the day. You can see Beaver there, and you see T Mason. Thanks for watching.